What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. So, His Excellency, Turki Al-Sheikh, informed Mike Coppinger of Ring Magazine that they were going to change the date and the location, possibly, of the mega showdown in September between two first ballot Hall of Famers once they retire, two pound for pound fighters, two highly decorated fighters, in 4-division world champion, Mexican superstar boxer, two-time super middleweight undisputed world champion, Saul Canelo Alvarez, and undefeated 4-division world champion, 2-division undisputed world champion, and pound for pound #1 best fighter in the world, Terrence Bud Crawford. Canelo Alvarez has a record of 63 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout. Terrence Crawford has 41 wins, no loss, no draw, 31 wins by way of knockout. They're highly decorated, first ballot Hall of Famers, right? And he announced that the fight was going to take place initially at the William Skull Canelo Alvarez fight. He announced that September 12th, Las Vegas, Nevada, Allegiant Stadium, the fight was going to take place. And yesterday, he told Mike Coppinger, according to Mike Coppinger, that the fight could take place now September 13th. That was the initial date. The initial date it was supposed to take place was September 13th, the Saturday, at Allegiant Stadium. But he told them that they were going to change the date from the 12th to the 13th, which was, when he announced the 12th, I'm like, that's the Friday. It was supposed to be the 13th, the Saturday. But one day, to each his own, right? And he changed the date, and that the location could possibly change too, from Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas to possibly New York, LA, or Vegas, somewhere else in Vegas, right? And it's going to be on Riyadh season on pay-per-view. And everybody got their panties in a bunch, right? And everybody started to say Turki Al-Sheikh don't have the funds, Turki Al-Sheikh don't know about boxing, Turki Al-Sheikh is switching things last second. There's so much going on, right? I thought it was supposed to take place on Netflix. I thought it was supposed to be free. He never said it was free. I never heard Turki Al-Sheikh report that this fight was going to be on free TV. I never heard that, right? But nonetheless, now the reports come out, and these companies are highly expecting. Netflix is expecting the fight to take place on Netflix. And Allegiant Stadium representatives are saying that they expect the fight to take place at the arena. And other spokespersons said that they expect the fight to take place still on September 12th, that nothing's changed. So they're expecting it to still take place September 12th at Allegiant Stadium on Netflix. Okay? So, again, I believe that this was a situation where Turki Al-Sheikh may not have liked, some things, and he's trying to create leverage, and he's threatened to pull out. Period. That's what I believe it boils down to. I believe that he just simply, something happened behind the scenes, and he didn't like what was happening, and he threatened to pull out of the date and that particular arena. But they are now saying, Netflix is saying that they expect it to still be on Netflix. So a spokesperson for Netflix has said that they fully expect it to still be on Netflix, barring something drastic happening. So that means that he has something in place with Netflix. And Allegiant Stadium, the Davises, they expected to take place at their arena, the Las Vegas Raiders Stadium. So we got to see how it unfolds. But as I told people, right, I said this in the video I did, that it seems like Turkey is trying to create leverage. It's not about him not having the money, him not knowing what he's doing. There's something else boiling, and he's trying to create leverage, or he's not happy with something, and that's him addressing it, period. So you had people saying that nobody wanted to see this fight. The fight was trash. It's a circus. The weight difference. This just lets you know that people don't know nothing about boxing. People know nothing about boxing. It's the Wild Wild West. You can just get up off your couch and claim to be a longtime fan of the sport of boxing. No history required. No experience required. Right? People talking about nobody wants to see this fight. It's a circus. What do you mean nobody wants to see this fight? It's a circus. 2 first ballot Hall of Famers, and they're still in their prime. You got Oscar De La Hoya out here trying to deter people from supporting the fight, talking about Terrence Crawford is old. Terrence Crawford is got exposed by Israel Madrimov, and he's inactive. You got him talking about Canelo Alvarez is 35 and been exposed. How is this the biggest fight in boxing? Just nasty work. Oscar talking about weight classes. Oscar went up in weight classes. Bernard Hopkins saying it. Bernard Hopkins went up 15 pounds. He went from 160 after losing to Jermaine Taylor twice to 175 to fight Antonio Tarver. But he telling you it's a weight difference. It's too much of a weight difference. But then people will say, well, Tarver fought at lower weight class. Canelo fought at 147. Tarver fought at 154 and 160. Yeah, Canelo fought at 147 too. So what's the difference? I told y'all, Tommy Hearns jumped from 154 to 175. I did a whole breakdown video with the late, great, legendary Emmanuel Stewart, breaking it down. Tommy the Hitman Hearns jumped from 154 to 175. That's 21 pounds. Was it a circus? And he didn't even fight a Hall of Fame legend icon, first ballot Hall of Famer like Canelo is. So what are we talking about? Do your homework. Oh, the weight is too much. Why? You don't even know the history of the sport of boxing, and you're talking about the weight is too much. It's just nasty work, man. People talk about boxing, don't know nothing about boxing, and just jump up and just jump in the sport because it's the Wild Wild West and the sport allows it. Allows people to just jump in the sport and talk about something they know nothing about, don't know the history of it, but run around talking about it's too much of a weight jump, talking about it's a circus. And then you got people like Oscar De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins who's salty for whatever reason, telling you that, yeah, it's a circus and they passed their prime. No, they not. Canelo Alvarez himself jumped from 160 to 175 to fight. After he beat Danny Jacobs, he went to 175 to fight Sergey Kovalev. That's 15 pounds. Was it a circus? What nobody wanted to see? Was it a clown show? No, it wasn't. You know why? Because it was just Canelo Alvarez daring to be great. See, when other races do it, it's just daring to be great. When we do it, because our talent is so superior that it's not daring to be great, it gets knocked because, oh, nobody want to see that. Because you know the likelihood of them actually accomplishing it is very strong. Because the talent is so great. That's why. When Roy Jones jumped from light heavyweight to heavyweight and beat John Ruiz, he got a lot of credit for it, but he also got a lot of slack. Well, John Ruiz wasn't the best heavyweight. He ain't Mike Tyson. He ain't Lennox Lewis. He ain't Holyfield. Our talent is so superior that it just gets overlooked. It's expected. So I didn't hear one person saying Terrence Crawford daring to be great. Show me one legend that said, hey, this is just Terrence Crawford daring to be great. When Canelo had beat and knocked out Sergey Kovalev, became the WBO light heavyweight champion, went to 168, became undisputed, then went back to 75. After about 4 fights, after he beat Sergey Kovalev, he beat Caleb Smith, he beat Avni Yildirim, he beat Billy Joe Saunders, he beat Caleb Plant. He had about 4 or 5 fights. Then he goes back to 75 and fights Dmitry Bivol, who's smaller than Sergey Kovalev, loses, gets dominated, outclassed, outboxed. And they said, well, that was just him just daring to be great. That was Canelo just daring to be great. As if he wasn't a champion in that division already. Now he was just daring to be great. When he tried it the first time, and if he lost the first time, and that would be him daring to be great. But he already accomplished it. How could it be him daring to be great against a smaller guy? Make it make sense. But these are the things that they'll tell you. So show me one person that said, man, Terrence Crawford just daring to be great. No, they come up with these narratives. Yeah, well, you see Terrence Crawford just doing it for a paycheck. He just trying to get paid. He just trying to cash out. Payday, he want payday, right? It's not a real fight. He ain't doing it for legacy. If he was doing it for legacy, he'd fight Jaron Ennis. He'll be undisputed at 154. It's just nasty work. You know what that tells you? You know what they saying? Stay in your lane. Do what you're told. That's what that's code word for. Stay in your lane. You're doing too much. Right? It's nasty work, man. But that's all I got for y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. It's your boy Blue signing off. I'm gone. Peace.